We are going to be going into the knife round. So if you haven't done it already, make sure you follow the channel. We're going to be giving away an M4A4 Asimov. And if you subscribe, we're going to be doing a subscriber-only giveaway also. So make sure you do that. We're going to be giving away the guns tomorrow. And also at John Whiting on Twitter, a little skin giveaway there to scroll down. And also follow at Metas TV and at Rauben TV. So that's enough plugging for now. London Conspiracy do pick it up. They get the knife round, so they're probably going to be opting to start CT. And they are indeed calling out the switch. Metas, are you good? Are you there?
I am, John. How is it going, dude?
Yeah, very well, man. Is the food nice? That's the big question we all want to know.
It's a bit cold because they took so long to get here, so I'm a bit disappointed in that. But if we're going to see London Conspiracy pull off another Inferno that we saw yesterday, I'm sure my spirits will be raised somewhat.
Yeah, let's hope so. Let's hope for a game of the same caliber that was yesterday, because it was just incredible against that team if you weren't there. But here we go, guys. We are live. This is round number 1 of the first map. So we're going to see Dust 2 and Mirage, by the way, as the other maps. If we need a third map, we'll just have to wait and see. Palf is aggressive in apps, so that's no surprise. If you watched the game yesterday, this man relentlessly did it every single round. And we've been in the same round time. I don't know if this config was... we're going to have a restart. Okay, so another little hit, minor speed bump. We're going to sort it out and then go live again. So, have you got a prediction, Metas? I mean, my money's on OverGaming. Would you agree, or do you think London Conspiracy, even with the subs, are going to have the firepower to take this one?
I'd agree. I think it's going to be OverGaming. Didn't they play already in the tournament as well?
They played this very team on this very map. Do you want to know the scoreline?
Go for it.
The scoreline was... Take a guess. Take a guess. Do you think it was a close game, or do you think... What would you guess the scoreline would be between these two games on this map?
I had to guess. I'd say 16-12 OverGaming.
16-5 OverGaming. Can you believe it?
Okay.
Yeah.
One-sided then.
Yeah, so, I mean... Yeah, they were strong. Seriously, very, very strong. What's going on, man? Players are still messing about, so we've got time to waffle on a little bit more. But yeah, OverGaming won it on Inferno, and I was surprised by that, you know. I thought LC was so good on Inferno, but it turns out they weren't.
Yeah, and I believe, if I'm not mistaken, the maps tonight are Inferno, Dust 2, and then Mirage if we so need it. So 3 huge maps coming up tonight, potentially. And then, as you said, another best of 3 following this. The winner of this game will go off to face up against Mouse in the other semi-final. So, whichever way you turn it here, John, plenty of awesome teams still remaining in the tournament.
Yeah, man. And of course, we've got Fnatic in the next best 3. They're facing my XMG, and you know, that's almost got a bit of a possibility of just being a very one-sided game, but hopefully XMG will put up a bit of a fight. Of course, Fnatic did just become, well, they were, I don't know if you'd say they became, yeah, no, they did become, I've got my grammar right, they became, God, the runners-up at ESL1 Cologne, if I can get my words out. So they have certainly proved themselves to be one of the best teams in the world. For me, they always had that potential. Bringing in the new players, Olof and Crims, just gave them that little bit extra. And we're not live, clearly, as there's a bit of team knifing going on, so we're still waiting. Officially, I'd just like to say sorry about the delay, because obviously you guys came at 6 very excitedly for this game, and here we are over half an hour later, so we are just about to go live, I believe, hopefully. Oh, nice shot from Palf. Palf, by the way, is somebody we should probably talk about, because he's a beast. Online, this guy is just unreal, isn't he? We've seen him time and time again.
Yeah, the first time we actually casted him together was in Arena Showdown, where he pulled off, I think, 230 bombs in a row. And yesterday, the guy was just unbelievable, blistering through. And you called this before, and I'm expecting to see more of the same. He kept playing apps very aggressively, peeking out the apps window towards second mid, and constantly got headshots. Like, I'm talking about, he dropped, I think, a 20 bomb in the first half yesterday on Inferno. On CD side, it was unbelievable stuff by him, so yeah, I'd expect to see more of the same in this match as well.
I don't think I've seen a map where he hasn't got at least like 20 frags. Like, he really does seem like that caliber of player online, and before the showdown I'd never even heard of him, so I don't know if that's because he's young or what. He's never caught a break and got into a good team, but we've heard of him now, and the name did stick, so yeah, excited to watch Palf play again. You know, an interesting fact, an interesting kind of side note. Do you think OverGaming would be the kind of team to go and watch those demos and work out that Palf playing yesterday was ultra aggressive in apps? And do you think they might be smart enough to counter that? Because that would be a good move.
Yeah, it would be a great move because he was constantly going into apps, jumping on top of the radiator and like looking out towards
Every round.
Yeah, exact same position every single round. And if they did do their homework, you know, they could certainly get a couple of one dinks there onto him, and that would just open things up nicely. But we're going to find out very shortly, guys. Apologies again for these delays. Lots of technical issues were plaguing us earlier. Dennis couldn't connect to the first server, and then GoTV I think went down as well. So hopefully it's going to be smooth sailing from here on out.
Yeah, as soon as we get going, like a big train or something, it should be smooth from there. Smooth sailing, better analogy, boat analogies. Still no questions on the Twitter. I mean, we're still checking our Twitters, guys. At Mets TV at John Whiting. If you want to just fire away some questions, make this little break a little bit interactive between us. Other than that, there's giveaways that I keep mentioning. Of course, you just need to follow the channel on Hitbox, and if you want to subscribe, you can do. There's going to be a lot of features coming up. I think it's about the same amount as Twitch. And we're also going to be doing a subscriber-only giveaway. So the chances of winning the M4A4 Asimov are just huge. So yeah, make sure you do that.
Yep. Sorry again for these delays, guys. Apparently the teams are talking amongst themselves about password change. We are well over schedule here, John. I think by like 40 minutes. Nearly 45 minutes, actually.
Yeah, it's been a bit of a delay here, but of course, that ship should get going as soon as we get started. I think 10 people are on the server now, so... Oh, they're telling the admin the commands. That's a bit embarrassing. Like he doesn't know them. Patronising. Don't like that. No, I'm joking. They're probably getting a bit wound up because they don't want to get started. I mean, these guys have probably been warming up for hours already, so...
Yeah, exactly the case. They've been on the server for quite some time, and obviously it's been frustrating trying to just connect to the server in the first place, so hopefully we'll have this one underway very shortly. There we go. We have got the restarts coming in, John. It looks like we are going to be live into the first round here between OverGaming and London Conspiracy.
Hooray. Okay, this is it, guys. Finally, the moment we've been waiting for. We are live, so... Let's see if there's going to be any unorthodox CT plays. I don't think so. 2-3, fairly standard. Quite aggressive on the middle, actually. Some early shots exchanged, but no damage dealt, so fairly standard start to the round. OverGaming taking their time. Look at this, nade into apps. Maybe they have done their homework. Palf on 34 HP. Brilliant stuff. You know, they might have actually watched that demo and they're going to completely anti-strat the monster that is Palf. That'd certainly be a good move, but no early plays, and they really are taking their time here. The smoke down banana is stopping them really going anywhere, so we're going to have to just wait and see which bomb site they do opt to go for.
Yep, still playing it slow, steady, calmed and composed. As you say, Palf has ate a grenade to the face, so already that A side is looking a tiny bit weaker. Wisdom Barney with the bomb is just going to be chilling out in second mid. They're going to be using every single second of their allocated time here. We have seen this a number of times, T-side on Inferno. Really trying to keep the CTs guessing. You can see that Dennis and Rubino are both moving. They're a bit antsy right now. Rubino's checking down Banana. If he gets himself picked off, that could definitely give the green light to B. He does find himself a couple of players and will dart back. Calls on to Dennis to try and join him as well. And you can see right now that OverGaming with 15 seconds to go. They're going to be jumping into B. Alex gets the first frag onto Rubino. That's going to open up things nicely. Can Dennis pull off something majestic? No. Alex gets himself the second frag. Looking for his third, and he picks it up. Awesome play. Chiari gets himself one. And now it's all down to the substitute of Real. Gets himself one of his own. Two of his own, actually. Nice plays, but for him to pick up the next three, Jono, not likely. This is looking like it will be an OverGaming round.
Well, a splendid start to the map for them. I mean, they took their time, didn't they? They had like 15 seconds, I think, before they actually pushed the bomb site. But it was all a hoax, an elaborate fake. They were putting so much pressure on the A bomb site. It stopped the rotate on B. and the 3 members on banana got in easily, or should I say the 1 man with Alex. He got all the entries there. He got 3, so fine job from him and a fine job from his team. So that's 1-0 on the board. This is, for anybody that's not completely familiar with the map, it's a CT-sided map, so you'd expect to see kind of a 10-5 scoreline. So with them being on the harder side, it's always a good thing to get the pistol round, because that should ensure at least 3 rounds, well, providing they can convert that smoothly. Early exchange, Palf down 13 HP. My camera didn't actually catch that, but yeah, you'd expect OverGaming to take this round, and considering how well they played that one, I'd expect them to.
Well, what do you reckon here, Jono? Do you think that we're going to see another epic map like last time around? I mean, what was it at the end? 25-21, I think it finished?
Yeah, they went to the 3rd overtime, and then they took it in the 3rd, didn't they, flawlessly. So I hope so, man, honestly. But very, very early days. I mean, if London Conspiracy could get some damage done here, get some money from this round, the investment they've put in with the CZs, and that'd be a nice answer almost. But Lowell does answer onto Real. He drops, nice headshot, and Dennis is in a fine position to do damage. Gets 1. Can he get another? No, misses those shots. Now, well, it's all falling apart. It's now just 1 member, and that's Rubino with the CZ is left remaining. Not likely, and a very good round from OverGaming. Oh, does get the 1, so that's going to be a bit of money done. Damage dealt. Masambani does not find the frag. What a shot. Rubino flicking like crazy. Gets that headshot. Now 2-on-1. Surely he's not going to do this. This would be a big upset. Is he even going to go for it? No, he's going to back on out, take the AK or the galley, which it is a good decision. Nice play from him. And actually a good eco round. 3 men dead, so not a bad job from them.
Yeah, definitely not, especially considering that at the start of that round, it looked like it was going to be very, very one-sided, like a crushing anti-eco round from OverGaming. So I think London Conspiracy, they'll be happy right now. You know, damage has been done. They do keep themselves an assault rifle at Galil going forward into this, the 3rd round. So all things considered, they're going to be pretty happy with this. They just need to make sure that they kind of get their CT side back on track. We saw yesterday, Jono, that when the opposition started to fire back against them, they did start to crumble a tiny bit, and that's ultimately what took it into the overtime in the first place. It was 14-7 in their favour on CT side, and it just kind of slipped away. It
did, yeah. They kind of let them get away from them a little bit. They did win it in the end, but they made it entertaining. They made it very hard for themselves. And you're right, as soon as the terrorists did gather a bit of steam, a bit of momentum, they got a lot of rounds actually. So we'll have to see. I mean, a lot riding on the next round for me. It's obviously it'll be the buy round. Both teams equipped. Right now, London Conspiracy have just got to try and eliminate these rounds from the mine. Do as much economical damage as possible, but not really worry about it if they lose. And then from there, get the buy round and just get rolling with that. I mean, you'd expect them. Ideally, they'd want to get 10 rounds. So anything less than that would be unfavourable for them. So OverGaming already getting 3, just 2 more. And they're already near their target, so like I say, important getting that pistol round. And the bouncing nade, I think one of them missed it. It was perfectly placed, but Rubino somehow survives. And OverGaming being very methodical actually in the early stage of this game, taking their time, and I do like that.
Yeah, playing slow and steady, you know, often does win the race, as the old saying goes. So just rushing in, hell for leather, sometimes doesn't pay off. And we did see this yesterday. I believe it was one of the CT members at the time just kind of went massive in the spot that Palf is sat in right now. Actually got himself 5 frags. Ridiculous plays. Palf's gonna get himself 1, will fall down instantly afterwards though, and Alex is now going to push in with the rest of OverGaming on the B site. Dennis has spotted himself a few players, sprays across with a USP, unable to connect too many dots. Although that being said, Chiari's on low HP, just 16 remaining, and if they can pick up a few more frags, the London Conspiracy will be still fairly content with this round. Rubino still has himself that Galil. Bomb, as I said before, has been planted. And this is looking like a 3-0. Can they get the exit frags though, Jono? It looks like that's what they're setting up for.
Yeah, that's the plan, yeah. Just, I mean, sit back, let them come to you, try and get some guns off them, make it expensive, because, I mean, the round's already lost, isn't it, really? Realistically, pushing in 3-on-4 to a bomb site, facing good after plant positions, and they don't have guns, not very reasonable to expect to get that. So getting the exit frags is a good decision. And Real doesn't get any, so that's unfortunate. But Rubino's going to save that galley. He's over there in CT spawn. And OverGaming, another little sign of good teamwork. They all go down the same way. I mean, you might think that's irrelevant, doesn't matter, but to me it shows good communication and maybe good leadership. Because with my teams, I say, right, everybody go the same way, because the likelihood of you losing guns then is minimised, because you're all there and you will always get the return frag. So. Little side note, picking up on it, but yeah, looking very good actually in the early stages. OverGaming 3-0. This is a big round though. London Conspiracy now with a chance to get around on the board and get some momentum behind them. So yeah, I mean, kind of forget about the 3 rounds previous. This is where it matters now. And of course, if they don't pick it up, they might just be on eco straight away. So OverGaming would be in a very good starting position, I should say, if they were to get this round. So taking their time once again. This seems to be their style, doesn't it? Not fast plays. They like to get map control and work it methodically.
It certainly does seem to be the style that OverGaming have, and so far it's paid off for them. So I guess that's their mentality. If it ain't broke, why fix it? That being said, as you said, this is a huge round right now for London Conspiracy. They desperately need to start bagging themselves some rounds. Smokes go down aplenty around apps and also mid. Flashbangs in as well. And OverGaming are poised, waiting to strike like a coiled viper. If anyone peeks their head round, they will take them clean off shoulders. So let's have a quick look. Chiari going in first. Flashbangs coming down. So many have dropped already. And this A definitely seems to be the one site of choice. However, we're going to see Palf and Real both in pit. And they are waiting. They are laid in wait. Flashbangs, so many coming down still. Almost all of them have been thrown out, and now here comes the push. Flippin picks up the first kill onto Real. Palf gets himself one, very nearly gets to second, but Flippin will pick up his second. And now from the actual site itself, a couple more kills get exchanged. 3-on-2 situation. Beautiful headshot from Chiari into Library. Dennis did not see that one coming. And now the bomb will be planted momentarily. 5 seconds to go. Rubinho comes in. He does get himself the first one. Probably had no right to do that, but he's only got 7 HP. Does get finished off comfortably, and that will indeed be the 4-0 scoreline.
Yeah, big round. That was London Conspiracy's chance to get back in this. Look at their money. It's not looking great. One man not even on 3k. So I mean, the force buy could happen. I wouldn't advise it. And actually, no, they're going to go for the eco. So great round from OverGaming. What a fantastic way to take the bomb site. They kind of so methodically played that, and they got the frags. So a great start from them, and I've got a bit of lag, so why don't you take us away?
Will do so, John. Hopefully that sorts itself out for you. So Mag 7, 4 CZs on the side of London Conspiracy, certainly committing to this round as well. Full AK buy-up of OverGaming, as you'd expect. Not opting for an AWP thus far, and they will be pushing in. Every player has a frag on both sides. London Conspiracy, yesterday we did see that it was a bit of a slow start for them. A couple of players had no frags going into the 5th and 6th round, so it's good for them, but a bit of a confidence booster that everyone has got themselves on the scoreboard. But again, OverGaming, almost an identical push here. Just going up into the same place around apps and second mid, waiting, and then going in as a united force. Here we go, Muzambani going to be taking point. He peeks round towards Archers. Real and Prob are there, and they are laid in wait. 3 players now cramming through. This could actually get nasty very, very quick from OverGaming if they're not careful. Alex does get that first pick, but there's Real from the side. Gets one, does get taken out himself, but look at that. 3 quick fire frags from London Conspiracy, all set CZ shots, and now they have the player advantage in a position that really I didn't fancy they'd be in. They could potentially clutch this round out. Wonder if Flippin has something to say about it. He spot Rubino in the apps area, and he has tagged him up a couple times. Bomb's been planted though, and this is going to be a tough site to retake for London Conspiracy, especially considering they still got a CZ and a Mag 7. Flippin is still exchanging fire. He's going to get pushed from his left-hand side. Gets 1 kill before falling from apps from Rubino, who's now dropped down all on Lowell. Can he do this for his team? He's been tagged left, right, and centre. He's got 1. He's going for the second frag as well, and the bomb is ticking down every second. He's going to get taken out. Is there enough time, though? With 10 seconds, this is going to be very close. But I feel like Dennis may very well have this, Jono. And that is going to be the 4-1 scoreline.
Yeah, wow, what a round from the Conspiracy. So close as well. Great stuff. for the spectators, and OverGaming, their brilliant start is suddenly halted by an eco round. The perfect way to get back into the game. It's going to do wonders for their confidence and the money, so really good round for them to win. Did you see Powerful lurking in apps again? Man, he loves that spot. He literally goes there every single round. And they're complaining about the round timer. Not the round timer, the bomb timer. I don't know. They're just professionals these days, eh? They're never happy. We're 4-1, and somebody's bought an AWP on London Conspiracy. It's actually blocked, so I don't know who that is. But there is an AWP in play. No AWPs for Overgaming. They're going to stick to the rifles. And Palf, once again, is going aggressive in apartments. He's just going to sit there like he does every single round. He misses some shots. He's going to be taken down, possibly. He backs on out, which is a wise decision. Something he doesn't like doing, quite evidently. But he does get away with his life. No early exchanges. Overgaming, once again, to taking their time. Very methodical terrorist team, and I do like it a lot, and it seems to be working for them. They've gone A, I think, every single round apart from the eco, so I think they might be changing it up here. They're going to try and get control of this B banana area. Dennis, the man waiting with the AWP train, gets the shot. He's going to probably back on out now with that information gained, and obviously the frag puts his team in a good situation. So a 4 versus 5. London Conspiracy might just have woken up a little bit on the back of that eco round 1.
Yeah, it certainly could be the case. And even though Overgaming's attack isn't the most entertaining thing to watch, because you've basically got 50 or so seconds of complete dead time, you can't argue that it's effective. They've got 4 rounds on D side thus far. Yes, they're finding themselves a player behind here. In fact, 2 players make that. But still, they're looking pretty good. Flashbang comes down. Dennis does have the cross right now. And if Low peeks this, he's going to get picked up. There we go. Gets the first. Looking for a second. 8 seconds on the timer, though. And it looks like Overgaming will be timed out. Just the 1 player remains. That's Muzambani. And he's just going to run back and try and save that AK-47. So, 2-4 is the scoreline. And indeed, London Conspiracy seem to have awoken.
Yeah, absolutely. And the money on Overgaming is suddenly not very good. So they just won those 2 rounds. And the Spaniards might just be on eco here. And yeah, it looks like they're going to be. So they're complaining about something. I'm not sure what's going on. I think the bomb timer's not good, or the I don't know, but I'm sure the admin. Well, hopefully the admin will get onto it. So, yeah, 2 rounds on the board for the Norwegians. They seem to be back in it a little bit. Good play from Dennis on the B-bomb site with his AWP. I think he got 3, so fantastically done from him. He was AWPing yesterday, I think, and he kind of got into it a little bit towards the end. Powerful with the shot, but he gets very tagged up. But a good setup means that Real is there to back him up. 1 frag going the way of the eco, but just the 1 at the moment. So good, clean anti-eco round conversion so far from the Norwegians. Let's see if Flippin can inflict a little bit more damage and make it a little bit more expensive, but it's unlikely. As he does actually take down Real, so that was a bit of a misplay, I think, from Real. Should have probably got that shot. Good job from Flippin, who is, I think he's the stand-in for Mixwell, I think, and PRB is actually going to take him down. Yeah, I believe I'm right in that. Mixwell he's on HLTV on the lineup, so I think Flippin's the stand-in. But nevertheless, 3-4 London Conspiracy with 3 on the trot even, and I think they've woken up and they're back in it.
Yeah, undoubtedly so, but they need to keep this train going down the tracks. They can't afford to take their foot off the accelerator. This is exactly what we saw them do yesterday on Inferno. So let's see if they have learned from those slight mistakes. Regardless, though, let's kick it off into round number 8. Apparently, the C4 timer has been changed, so hopefully that's going to fix things nicely for the 2 teams. Apologies for that, guys. But regardless, again, Overgaming, surprise, surprise, are going to play this very slow second mid push, and it's probably not much is going to happen unless Palf goes huge from the apps, and that's exactly what he's done to start off with. We did call this at the beginning. He loves this position, and if they don't deal with him, Jono, he's going to be there every single round getting headshots. There's just no 2 ways about it.
He's such a menace. He's so stubborn in the apps, man. He plays it every single round, and he seems to make it work, even though it's almost predictable. So I don't know. Palf is just Palf, isn't he? Online, he seems to be just a little bit of a monster. So the only frag going the way of London Conspiracy, so they've put themselves in a good position once again. Overgaming opting to go towards the A-bomb site, something we've seen a lot, to great avail. So they're going to carry on with what's working, and through apps it's going to be the play. So it's all on Real here. He does get the first and the second. Lovely play from him. Palf in the meantime has got one on middle, I believe. So that's going to be 5-on-1. Pretty unlikely here for Lowell. So another good round from the Norwegians.
Yep, and they did just get a frag before the end there. But still, that is a good, solid round for London Conspiracy. And it is important to note here, guys, that although it's not necessarily an excuse, it may give a bit of insight as to why there's issues. We had to switch server at the last second because Dennis couldn't connect to that one. So I believe that's one of the reasons why some of the config settings may be slightly awry on this server. Regardless, though, I think they've all been resolved now, Jono, and we should be good to crack on in this game now.
I hope so. Yeah, just need to execute the config, I think. But yeah, hopefully the admin's on it. Oh, double nade coming in. Eco bashing at its finest. They don't even need to shoot. They just press the mouse button one, release the nade, and Rubino through the smoke gets another. Can Alex do anything? Gets the headshot. Good job from him, but that's the only frag going the way of the Spanish team here in the Eco. So he does get a second, making it expensive. Good job from Alex. He's actually seems to be the man to watch on the pistol rounds. Remember the first round, he got them in the sight. So yeah, good job from Alex, making it expensive, but a good round, all things considered, for LC. Then now they're sitting on 5 and winning for the first time.
That's a good point. It was Alex in the first pistol round who picked himself up 3 frags on B and really opened that one up for the rest of OverGaming to push into. So certainly the case, and that's 5 rounds on the bounce now, isn't it, from London Conspiracy? They've bounced back from that pistol round and a couple rounds afterwards. And they're now on a tear.
Yep, and they're tearing towards mid. Let's see if that's going to work for them. They're actually just trying to go for a bit of map control. So it's, you know, you go aggressively, try and feel them out early, the CTs. If there's anybody exposed or anything like that, then you hope for the frag. If you don't see anybody challenging, you back on out, make the call that they're playing it passively. But passively is POW. What am I saying? Passively is not POW style. And he does get returned. I was trying to say that he's pushed up yet again. He did get the frag, making it work for him. Just somehow, but he did get returned. So 1-for-1 will actually favour the Spanish team. So actually, I would favour them now if they can make it work for them. Not that much map control apart from apartments. Middle, they don't really know how it's being played. So I think they're just with that gonna go towards the B bomb site, and that's a good decision because only one member of London Conspiracy is there to defend it. It's Rubino. Let's see if he's up to the challenge.
Certainly going to have his metal tested here if they all push in. 4 players congregating around the area. Indeed, as you mentioned completely correctly, Rubino all by himself. He's been heavily smashed upon from that molly. Has 3rd-degree burns at this point, and now he's getting pushed. He has camped in the corner, though, in the shadow. And this is giving the rest of his team a chance to rotate on round. Real is still on A, though. Another molly comes down, and as soon as he peeks out, that's Clifton picking up the kill. Bomb's been planted as well. And it's now a 4 versus 2 situation. They may have half a mind to just save up these weapons, although they have plenty of money in their back pocket because they have won the last 5 rounds consecutively. Real gets the first frag, trying to spray down the second one as well, which was Chiari, who's now moved into a position that previously Rubino was camped in. Flashbangs coming out, Real gets taken down. Here comes PRB, and he's going to meet the same fate. And that is a pretty important, crucial round for OverGaming. They have managed to derail the juggernaut that was London Conspiracy.
Yeah, but in terms of money, they're just fine. Look at PRB, he's on 50,000, so they're going to be bought up, no problem. But they do hit that magic number. You know, I said if OverGaming get 5, then they're doing well. So the fact they've got 5 this early on means they're likely to get another round or 2. So London Conspiracy here, kind of against the ropes. They'll want to pick up the remaining rounds for me. So yeah, they've got the work cut out for them. But a brilliant round, by the way, tactically. The push was so well done by OverGaming there. Got the entrance, and the Molotovs were used so beautifully. They just Molotoved, I think it was Dennis, or no, I think it was Rubino actually in the corner. Got him out of there, just fragged him. They took down Dennis as well on the coils, and they got the B-bomb site, got a bomb down and won. So a great round from them, and all square is pretty much accurate. I think OverGaming are almost playing a little bit better. As Carey does take down Rubino. What an opening again. Because that kind of eliminates the advantage the CTs have with the terrorist team playing a little bit better. But Dennis does answer back, so a 4-on-4 is the situation we now see. Real, though, does take down Flippin in the apps area, just trying to draw their attention, I believe. And once again, it looks like they're going to go towards B, and once again, there's only one member there. So let's see if they can make it work for them again.
Yeah, apologies for this, guys. This is kind of inexcusable. I don't know what the hell is going on with the admins, but yeah, people are joining, which is unfortunate, and that's creating problems for the players. That's never a great thing. We're as frustrated as you guys are, trust me, but regardless, let's crack back into the round as a couple of kills go down. Bomb's been planted. Palf is trying his best from CT side to make something special happen. And he did catch himself 2 players, so play it up. Bomb has been planted. Barney comes in. That's a beautiful shot from Dennis. Mid-air headshot. Yeah, completely smashed Barney. But with the bomb planted, Kyrie is the last remaining player. Gets the first one. Can he connect the dots and get the second? He's in prime position to actually fend off this defuse. And he spotted Dennis dropping down and gets the kill. Awesome play from OverGaming. And you're completely correct, Jono. They do get more than 5 rounds. And this is now starting to look like a really precarious, nasty position for London Conspiracy to be in.
Yes, and there's somebody on the server. What's going on? This is, as you say, inexcusable. It's not good. But yeah, OverGaming with 6 rounds already on the less favoured side against London Conspiracy. If you remember the last time these 2 teams played, those of you with the good memory, the keen spectators of this sport, you will remember that London Conspiracy picked Inferno, and they got beaten 16-5, like I said. But this time round, OverGaming selected Inferno, so they clearly went on the back of that victory and thought, actually, we can take it to them on their home map, and they are doing just that with 6 rounds already on the terrorist side. They're doing very well. London Conspiracy, can they buy? Yes, they will be able to buy, but only probably for 1 more round. So if OverGaming get this one as well, it's going to set them on the eco, and that would just be disastrous. This is a CT-sided map.
Completely agree. Sorry about that. There's a bit of delay because I'm trying to contact the admins on Skype and ask what WTF, what is going on, guys, So if I was a bit quiet there, I do apologise. The pause has been taken away, and we will be jumping into the 12th round, John. I always hate to see games like this, where problems that are outside of the game are affecting it directly, and hopefully both teams can dust themselves down and continue to play. Yeah,
it kind of breaks up my flow, let alone the players. I mean, the concentration these guys have got to keep up, and having somebody join up, and well, let's not dwell on it. I mean, hopefully there won't be any more issues, but we are sorry for everything that has gone wrong. Hopefully that'll be the last thing. Hopefully the ship will finally sail. But 6-5, OverGaming looking very good. As I say, London Conspiracy monetarily not doing great, so if they lose this one, then expect probably 8-5, and that, as a terrorist side, would be just very, very good for the Spaniards here. So London Conspiracy certainly need to pick up this round.
Agreed, 100% agreed, because if they were to lose this, not only is it 7 rounds to OverGaming, but it's going to put them in horrible economic downturn, and then on top of that, OverGaming will be looking for... I mean, it's crazy to think here, Jono, that OverGaming have probably got half an eye on taking this 10-5 on T side. That is not out of the realms of possibility, especially the way they've been playing on T. Here we go. Lowe picks up the first kill. Alex gets the second, and they've already cracked open this A site. Just Rubino is all that remains. Real is moving his way through the library. He could get there in time, but Rubino's got 2 kills. Nicely done by him. Is it just a drop in the ocean, though? Are they able to capitalize on this moment of brilliance from the A-man? Bomb's been planted. This is going to be a tough one. 6 HP left on Alex, 20 left on Kari. So it is doable right now, but they're going to have to start getting the frags. They're going to have to start getting them quick.
Carey from behind. He went on the quad, got behind PRB, took his head off, and Alex takes Real's head off as well. So OverGaming do get that round 7-5. As you say, it's completely within the realms of possibility that they would get 10, and that would just be really bad news for London Conspiracy as somebody else joins up. This is getting really annoying. I think the admin said he's already changed the password multiple times, so I don't really know how they're doing this. These are crafty people. Don't change it to something obvious. It's probably a good idea. So let's have a think about this round coming up. London Conspiracy not going to be able to buy. That's probably going to see the Spaniards on 8. After that, if they don't get the rest, then it becomes 10-5. OverGaming only need the pistol to send it to 13-5. And then being on the easier side, needing 3 rounds, I would probably put my money on them. So LC, they haven't really come out firing in this map, not yet anyway. It's a best of 3, So we've got Dust 2 coming up next, and that is LC's selection. But yeah, OverGaming with another commanding lead on Inferno. We've seen it before, and we're seeing it again. So for me, they're just playing really well.
They certainly are. I would imagine that right now they're probably feeling pretty good. I mean, you can see most of the old chat is from London Conspiracy, regarding the problems with passwords and such. So I think it's affecting them quite a bit here, Jono. And, we talked at length about how this game is really a battle of the minds, as well as obviously the aim and the reflexes and such, that mentality is such a huge key part of Counter-Strike Global Offensive. So if London Conspiracy are feeling the heat a tiny bit, these things are going to affect them a whole lot more.
Oh yeah, I mean, let's cast our minds back to yesterday. We saw that epic, amazing match between London Conspiracy and Dat Team on this very map, and then we were expecting another close game, but Dat Team just got rolled over. They got steamrolled on Mirage, and that I think was to do with mentality as well. Having lost the massive, arduous journey that was Inferno the map before, they seemed a bit broken. So you're absolutely right. It is a game of minds, and another thing as well, momentum and kind of flow. There needs to be a fluency to it. I mean, when it keeps breaking up like this, it's going to favour the team that are doing better. Because, I mean, they're already feeling good. And the fact that these things are happening in London Conspiracy down 5-7 is probably going to wind them up more, like you say. So, yeah, it's not ideal. Not by a long chalk. But I think we're going to be resuming here. And London Conspiracy, as we've seen, do not have guns. So, OverGaming with a chance to get 8 rounds on the board as terrorists. And, yeah, certainly put themselves in contention to win the whole map on the back of this fantastic terrorist performance that we're witnessing right now. But they're going to be doing their standard thing, taking it slowly. It's worked for them beautifully. Why change it up? Dennis is going to be pushing out aggressively. Does get the frag. Nicely done from him. And he's going to be able to probably get away with that AK. Yes, indeed. So nicely done from Dennis. A good opening from them. If they could get this eco and just get 8-7 and get the pistol and get confidence and get round by round momentum and do it like that, it's certainly possible. They're not out of it yet, but it's going to be a bit of a task, because here comes the push towards the B bomb site. The guns versus pistols. They're going to just bowl them over and get the entrance into the site, get the bomb down, and here comes the retake scenario, 3 versus 4.
Yeah, definitely. Here comes the firing in though from Power. The bomb's been planted. They do get themselves an AK-47. It's down to a 3-on-3 situation as well. Let's have a look. Oh, Woods and Barney with a nice little AK shot there onto the ruin area. Gets the second as well on Real. It's all on Rubino, who's consistently been... In fact, it's not. They've got Dennis as well. And I was about to say, Rubino's consistently been one of the last members alive. And he is top ranking for his team. He's 11-7 thus far. Alex does take him down, though. And that is going to be the 8-5 scoreline to OverGaming. Can you believe it? What I will say, though, Jono, is this is their map. So... just goes to show how confident they are right now in Inferno.
Yeah, absolutely, and I can believe it, mate. It's because like I said, they won 16-5 last time round, and I think they performed equally well on Inferno. I'm sorry, as terrorists that time as well. So, yeah, I'm not completely shocked to see this, and especially we've got to remember that LC have got 3 stand-ins, and that in itself is a massive hindrance. Yes, you've got Palf and Dennis. And Real seems to be alright as well, but like I mentioned before the game, the setups and everything, they get completely, they're made irrelevant. They cannot be used. So having 3 stand-ins is basically a mixed team. So 8-5, yes, I can believe it, but I was hoping LC would put up a bit more of a fight. Still time for them to get a few more rounds, but not looking likely they're going to get this one, as OverGaming have already got 2 to the good, and people are still joining, and they've changed the passwords. I don't know how these people are doing this. There might be a leak somewhere or something. I don't know, but Palf, aggressive, using his aggression, master. Oh my god, really been thrown off my game here. Terrible. Right, 3 versus 4. Palf's still aggressive in apps. Can he get any more? Yes, he does. Good play from him. Flippin is going to be pushing him. Can he get the frag? Yes, he will. So he gets reply. PRB and Rubino now still left alive, and PRB's the man to watch, because he's going to get the angle on mid-air. Spots the elbow, and he gets the frag. Now 2-on-2. This is certainly winnable for LC, but OverGaming have the bomb down, and they've got the after plant, so it won't be an easy task.
Not going to be an easy task, but it is possible. You need these rounds so badly. PRB will open up things nicely. 1 versus 2 situation. Flippin is congregating himself in the pit. He gets completely decimated from Rubino's M4. Very nice work there. Moves himself to 12 and 8. That is going to be the round as well to learn the conspiracy. And really, they desperately need this last one.
Yep, absolutely right. Can you hear me?
I can, yep.
Okay, I lagged out there on the server.
Yeah, me too. Connection problem.
Okay, I thought my internet dropped. I got a bit worried, but I mean, it's not great that we got this, but it's better than me dropping out, I suppose, from my point of view. But yes, 8-6. London Conspiracy do pick up that round then. PRB surviving with an AWP is going to be, well, that's a lot of money saved, and Rubino with the AK, so they're going to be able to go into the next round with those guns, and their team will be able to fully buy. So they have every chance of making it 8-7, but like we keep saying, 8-7 is not fantastic. So OverGaming here with the better performance overall. So hopefully we will be joining back onto the server. My God, we are we're plagued with errors tonight. I don't know what's going on, man.
Honestly, at this point, I have no idea what's going on. What I will say is that as much as I would like to speak about what's going on with the servers and stuff, we are not the admins ourselves, guys. So if you're trying to ask us questions as to why we're doing this, that, or the other, we're just the casters. We're just here to cast the game. So I'd love to give some insight on what's
Don't
going on right
blame
now.
us.
But that's the thing. Like, I can't really interact with you guys and tell you what's happening and why it's happening because we're in the exact same position you are. It's just a shame that things are going wrong. Hopefully, it'll get back on track soon. But what can you do?
Yeah. Apparently, we're going to be restarting the server to get the password sorted out. So, I mean, I'm trying to rack my brain and work out what could have actually caused the influx of people joining. I don't know how anybody would work out the password, and I don't know how the IP got leaked. But hey ho, that's Counter-Strike. Some things go wrong sometimes. But a big one welcome to everybody, nonetheless. We are doing a giveaway on our channel. All you have to do is click follow on the CS Arena channel over at hitbox.tv. It's going to be an M4A4 Azimuth. That's going to be given away tomorrow. And also, for subscribers only, we're going to be giving away the same gun. That's all going to be tomorrow. Also, head over to my Twitter at John Whiting. Scroll down, you'll see a post. Just retweet that and follow me. I'm going to be giving away some skins. And of course, follow my lovely co-caster at Metas TV and our producer at Ralbin TV also. So, quick update, quick reminder, we are still we're still having a lot of trouble tonight, so we're just trying to work through it. I think we're just going to restart the server, and hopefully we'll hop back into the game. So, do you think LC can do this, man? I mean, let's say they get the pistol, and they bring it to, it would be roughly 10-8, wouldn't it? Say it's 10-8, and they're on the terrorist side. Do you see that feasible for them?
Well, it's definitely possible from them, but again, OverGaming, as you mentioned, last time they played Inferno, just smashed London Conspiracy. And if their CT side's anything like their T side, then I would have to say this map's probably as pessimistic and as negative as it sounds. At this point, it's nearly almost over. If OverGaming play anything like their T side,
Yeah.
But London Conspiracy, there are a bunch of really good players. Maybe having 3 subs and playing like Lone Wolf and almost like in solo ranked matches, maybe that's going to catch OverGaming off guard, and these weird tactics could end up kind of taking the bacon home,
Yeah, no, that's a really good and an interesting point as well. Something that we haven't really considered. The mix style, it sometimes does throw teams off actually, because it's so unpredictable and it's almost chaos. It's chaotic. It's disorganized, but in an effective way sometimes because you get caught off guard. So that might be another aspect to consider. But I mean, it looks to me that OverGaming seem like a very well-oiled, methodical, well-organized team, and they are playing as a team. They're getting the refrags, they're pushing together, they're using smokes and flashes very effectively. So yeah, they're looking very good right now for me. All kind of hinges on the pistol round 1 and then the buy round. If LC could get the first buy round in the second half, maybe they could start rolling with it.
Ruben, your mic is repeating everything, bro.
Yeah, it's annoying.
It's a bit weird.
Man,
I can hear John like as
I was just going to go on Steve and tell him, but...
Scumbag streamer.
Scumbag producer. Tell you what, don't follow him. Follow us instead. No, I'm joking. So yeah, we're just played with problems and difficulties that we're just going to have to get through. Have you got any jokes, Metas? Any jokes? Live in the mood, go on.
The only jokes I have are all dirty ones, which I probably shouldn't say.
And your matchmaking rank.
Legendary Eagle. Get right.
Is it? Oh my god.
Yep.
Do you know what? I got demoted again. Oh man, at uni when I was on my good desk and I was playing with my old friends, I was supreme, and I've dropped to Master Guardian.
Yeah, but to be fair, I don't think your playing conditions right now are that good.
No,
So
I mean,
I
do
guess
you want to
can
hear
use...
where I'm playing? It's actually a bit of a funny story.
Go for it.
So, the year before last year, I finished my sixth form college, the tender age of 18, and I went to work in Austria. And before I went to Austria, I actually had a house to myself. I lived in a flat with a friend, so I was all sorted and it was all good. And then I got a job in Austria, so I went out there and I broke my collarbone. So on the first week, it was on the ski season basically. On the first week of working, we got an hour's kind of skiing, and on the first run, the first time I went down a slope, I broke my collarbone, so I had to come home. And my mum married a farmer when I was away, so like she moved out to the farm, and so obviously I had to come back unexpectedly, and there wasn't a bedroom for me. There wasn't anywhere I could stay, so they got a caravan, put it next to the house, and gave it electricity, all that stuff. And I've got a desk here, but I'm basically sat on one of the caravan benches with a desk in the middle, and my computer's laid horizontally across the other bench thing, and it's not ideal. So that's me, that's myself when I'm not at uni. It's pretty embarrassing, but I've kind of got over it. It's just it's quite funny now.
Well, that doesn't sound ideal at all. So I guess you can kind of use that as an excuse as to what's happened. Also, I think my server's just gone crazy, man.
I think they are just there's a spectator over there, bug. All right.
There you go.
Manic Shia says awesome story, 11 out of 10. So thank you very much. Another thing you can do to pass the time, get interactive. I mean, throw us out some questions. If you ask us anything about what's going on, we probably won't be able to answer it. We'll just tell you that we're annoyed about it as well. But anything at all, ask us on Twitter at John Whiting and at Metis TV. It's always a nice way to pass the time, and hopefully not much longer because they have restarted the server, haven't they?
Or yeah, I think they have. Or they're about to. Or alternatively, you could send us some jokes. So there you go. Make them clean so we can read them out. But at CV at John Whiting, you can actually see them on the overlay right now towards the bottom. Send us some jokes. We'll read them out. Maybe we can make some of you laugh. If not, then we'll just try and pass some time because we're still in the exact same position, waiting for the players, waiting for the server. And it's crazy to think that after all this time, we've only done one half of the first map out of a potential 3. Could be here for quite a while.
Yeah. Normally that's a good thing, right? Because it's good Counter-Strike. But not really the case today. So I don't have an overlay thing. So there are 10 people on the server, and it's 1-all. Okay, so the console says ready. Everybody's saying yes. I'm gonna reconnect to my game. I think our streamer has, so it's fine, and we're gonna be going back into the game. So, exciting news! We should be getting live pretty soon. Once again, I'd just like to apologise on behalf of Hitbox and of everybody. It's just it's been a bit of a rough night, and this is the first night we've had some serious issues. Every other night's been pretty decent, apart from a few delays. And like yesterday was just so good. Yeah, but yeah, we're sorry, and we're going to be going live very soon.
Yeah, unfortunately, when it rains, it pours comes to mind. Yesterday we had no problems. Today, all the problems. But it seems as though we have got things relatively in place. 8-7 the scoreline to OverGaming at half time. And they will be obviously on the CT side now. So, it's going to be a very tough one. I've got to say, London Conspiracy have their work cut out for them.
Yeah, as soon as they can get the config set up. So yeah, they certainly do. Let me get my head back in the game. 7-8 is not a good number to be going into the second half with. That's for sure. So of course a lot riding on the pistol, as normal, because it will equal 3 rounds, and it just gives you that little bit extra Gives a little bit of a cushion on the back of the pistol round. So if they do get it, London Conspiracy, we're probably going to see them at 10 rounds, and then OverGaming will have a 2-round deficit to catch up with, and then from then on they just need 6 on the easier side. So when you put it like that, it definitely sounds like the odds are stacked against them. What were the odds, speaking of odds, on CSGO Lounge, actually? Was it like, I think it was 60-40 to OverGaming. Quite a lot of faith in London Conspiracy. Like, for me, with the stand-ins, I would have actually heavily favoured OverGaming. I would have probably said 70-30.
Yeah, you're pretty much on the money. It was 58% to OverGaming, 42% to London Conspiracy. So, yeah, pretty much right. And I would agree with you as well, for sure. So, I think we've just had another config reset.
Yeah, so the scores at the top might be gone from us. So I'm gonna just write that down. It's 8-7. Was it to LC? Yeah.
To OverGaming, I think.
Oh well, yeah. God.
I'm saying I think because the last
you're
round
right.
we didn't see because the server went down for us with a delay. So I've been told it's 8-7 to OverGaming.
Yeah, because LC I said would be on 10 if they win the pistol, so that makes sense.
Yeah, exactly.
So match unpaused. Here we go. We're going to be going into the second half of this first map. Yes, if you're just joining us, we've been strewn with issues, and we are working hard, of course, to get those issues ironed out so we can just enjoy the Counter-Strike. And hopefully that is now happening as we do go into the first round of the second half, again, in this first map of the best of 3 series. Second map does 2, third map if we need it, Mirage. Lovely shot from Carey onto Rubino down the middle. And that's just what LC were not wanting, to get headshotted just like that. But here comes the push on quad very quickly. They're not wasting any time, but Lowell's got another. Musambani comes in with 1, maybe 2. Not quite. PRB and Real had 1 each there, but just wasn't good enough. OverGaming with a very solid hold. 3 members remaining. And now they are on 9 to LC's 7. On the easier side, looking very good for them.
Yeah, and it's super interesting to me to see the differences in attack patterns between the two sides. We mentioned this a number of times, that OverGaming's tactic was basically slow and steady, pick a site, rush it in the last 15-20 seconds, and you have that kind of blitzkrieg mentality. Whereas on the flip side, London Conspiracy, they played that very aggressively, and it backfired pretty terribly there.
They played like a mixed team.
Exactly. That's exactly it with their 3 subs, with their 3 replacements. They have committed to this round, though. Full armor bought up on 4, and they have a Deagle and 4 CZ, so definitely trying to pick this round back up in their favour. Fire coming across from Muzambani and Lowell as well from Archer's side of A, and Kari is already moving round, so they have a general idea as to what's going to happen right now, and the terrorists are about to push in.
Yep, here comes the fire. First man out, Boiler does get spotted. A little bit of return fire, but they're not going to get the frag, so 1 for nothing going the way of the CTs with the guns, of course. So the odds certainly against LC here. They just want to make it expensive, try and get the bomb down. Good shot from Palf. That's already making it expensive with that early frag. Plenty of time still on the clock for more damage to be dealt. And they're splitting up this A bomb site through Arch, Quad, and Apps. And actually, they're going to back on out here. They're going to go towards B, and that was sighted from Musambani, who did take down a rotating Rubino. So good information gained with that kill. And 4 plays 3 here. Alex is the man defending the B bomb site. Yes, he does get the first. Can he get second? Not quite landing his shots. But Musambani comes in. Nice team play there. PRB has got 1. That's all he's going to get. 2 frags, not that bad, but considering it's now 10-7, I'm sure they would have liked to have got more in that round.
Yep, not too shabby at all, but still, the scoreline is ever so quickly pulling away from them, and they're on the more difficult side as well. Again, CZs are going to be picked up. 2 of them, in fact, make that 3. They're going to be looking to try and get some early picks in this round. 3 M4s, 2 FAMASs on the flip side. And Alex is going to be moving very aggressively into Banana. Unbeknownst to him, Palf, Real, and Rubino are all coming in. Does get double naded right up in the face. That is going to be a quick first pick here from OverGaming. They've spotted Rubino. They're going to have a general idea as to what's happening. Smoke comes down to stop the fast push. And with this player advantage, Jono, they really should convert this into yet another round and take the 11-7 lead. Yeah,
and with that frag, it looks like they are exactly going to do that. I mean, they will want the bomb plant in this round because their money's terrible, and they've bought CZs again. So the economical management is kind of a risky one. They're kind of investing a lot into his pistol rounds, and they're not really getting much from them. So if they don't get the bomb down and get a few frags, the buy that they're going to have on the first buy round, it's not going to be great. So yeah, they'll want that bomb down for sure. 40 seconds, just about, coming up to the 40-second mark anyway, on the clock. 3 LC members sitting around that car area, so one would hazard a guess it's going to be a B push. Carey's here, being aggressive, he does get the frag. The smoke on the Molotov kind of hindering Real there. I think you couldn't see him, but there is still one man in the pond getting a bit wet. Let's see if he's going to work out. He's not been sighted. This is very weird. He only gets the one though. Alex only gets the one, and the fast rotate comes right in, so the bomb plant is probably not going to happen. Good CT rotation, good CT play. Dropping 2 members, but not really too much to worry about, as 3 rounds on the board puts them now on a very tidy 11 to London Conspiracy's 7.
But here comes the first buy round from London Conspiracy. This is going to be the moment where they get tested, where they get probed. Let's see if they are going to sink or swim. It's definitely possible here that OverGaming could run away with this map right here, right now. Last time these two teams met, it was a blowout in OverGaming's favour, and they're going to be looking to rinse and repeat. Here we go, early fire coming through. Nothing has connected just yet. Another Conspiracy taking a page out of the OverGaming Tacticals notebook. And that is a slow push onto second mid. And Apps. Rubino taking point. Real has the bomb. And all 5 players actually looking in the same direction almost. So, Alex, look at that aggressive play from him. He has pushed down Banana. It's got a smoke down as well. So, he's got a lot of information right now. He knows pretty much what the deal is. And you can see that's going to give the go-ahead for 4-player stack from OverGaming on A. And they have every conceivable nook and cranny covered. This is going to be a difficult one for London Conspiracy to take out, Jono. Even if they all rush, the crossfire here is pretty sublime from OverGaming.
Yeah, absolutely spot on. Really nice setup from them. And because Alex is pushed down on the little reconnaissance mission, he has that information. There isn't anybody on Banana. Oh, look at that. Through the smoke, PRB does open up. So suddenly 4 becomes 3 on this A bomb site. But immediately return from Musam Balani through the smoke. And now London Conspiracy have left it very late. They're not giving themselves much time to work with him. Musam Balani misses the shot. Rubino gets him somehow, and now the push comes in. A lovely, lovely crossfire though. Look at that. That's fantastically done from OverGaming. They only needed 2 members there to hold off 4 from London Conspiracy. So you said it. Brilliant CT play, and it came into effect there. So 4-0, and just to remind you guys, that's actually 12 now for OverGaming, because this is the second half. So bear that in mind. London Conspiracy have 7 rounds, and now the Spaniards are looking very good on a fine 12.
They certainly are, and it looks as though it could very well turn into a 13th. The Navarma has been picked up from London Conspiracy and CZ, and again the Banana push is real, but so are the grenades. 3 members have been tagged down to below 50% of their hit points, and the rush has been well and truly halted. So they tried the aggressive push, and they do get the first pick. They get the first blood in this round. But look at the health bars there. Palf 16, Rubino 22, Real 37, PRB 39. Just Dennis with full hit points. Even though they have got that first pick, John, I have to feel this is going to be a very, very difficult round for them to breach through and to pick up.
Yeah, as long as they can, as long as the Spanish team can get the crossfires, it should be pretty easy. Wow, Alex comes in very aggressively, gets that second frag on Palf. I would have expected Palf to get that shot every day of the week, but he missed it. And Alex comes away well with 2 frags there. Now 4 plays 3, and the health not fantastic, as you say. PRB and Real were kind of the more healthier of the tag players, so the really low one's already gone down. But Musam Balani is going to be challenged through the smoke, and easy as you like. 3 quick frags. That's eco bashing at its finest. Easy, easy, easy. And 13 now for OverGaming.
So, Jono, what do you feel that London Conspiracy need to do here to pull this one back? Where are they going wrong?
They're being very indecisive with their plays, and it's kind of obvious what they're doing. They're getting the map control, and then they're leaving it so long before they push somewhere that when they push it, it's very obvious that's where they're going. So for me, they either need to do a fake after a pick, or just be a bit quicker on the push. Like if they get the entry frag, go with it. But oh, look at this! Talking of entry frags, Carey does take down Real. down that banana, lovely shot, and another opening for the Spaniards. But yeah, you can tell it's a mixed team, man. You can tell it's not easy for them because I mean, the strats that London Conspiracy might have can just not be used. You can't do a 5-man strat with only 2 members of the original squad. But a return frag from Rubino levels things out 4-4. But yeah, London Conspiracy, as a mixed side, they just need to hurry up, be less indecisive, be a bit more just straight in there, on a pick, push it, in my opinion. So yeah.
So, go for the jugular seems to be where you're going with that. And, well, we tried it last round with the eco, didn't quite pay off as you'd expect the double nades, but this time, very slow push once again. It could end up paying out for them, although it is going to be Kari, Barney, Lowell, all laid in wait. And that's going to be Kari picking up the first kill. With the AWP, throws in the flash. Molly also thrown, making use of those grenades to just stilt off and stall the attack. Kari's picked up 2, picked up 3 with the AWP. Amazing play from him, locking down the library. And that's going to be another round now. 6 consecutive rounds to OverGaming on CT side. This is brutal.
Yeah, lovely stuff from Carey, that AWP on Arch. Really well played from him. And yes, as you said, 6-0. It's a one-off scenario where we can actually see the half-time score rather than the whole map score. And a big fat 0 for LC is not very flattering for them. But they've got AKs, and they're not out of it yet. But OverGaming now on 14 rounds, so they're on the verge of securing match point, which would at least secure overtime for them. Powerf does open up. Carey drops, so the man of the last round does go down early. But this aggressive play on Banana. Alex gets 2. Very nicely done. Dennis does answer back. And Musambani, I think it is, yes. He's actually going to stay quite aggressively here. On his own, that's a little bit of a risky play. But London Conspiracy decide not to push him. And the smoke is going to aid his cause. So he does kind of neutralise the threat. And a 3-on-3 situation is now what we see. And London Conspiracy, they're going to go towards this A-bomb site. They're going to go towards quad probably, leaving one man on Banana just to cause a bit of a distraction. Powerful, and he's going to drop, so no distraction whatsoever. He does nothing virtually. He goes down, and 3-on-2, another scenario you would expect OverGaming to pick up.
Certainly would. This is not looking good for London Conspiracy. If they were to lose this, it would be 15-7. And we have seen some epic comebacks recently, most notably yesterday on Inferno itself, but I have to feel with these 3 subs, it's very unlikely we'll see a repeat performance. Dennis with the bomb is in a 1 versus 3. 22 seconds left on the timer. And he's going to be peeking towards A. Flippin is there, stood in wait, but here comes just a body from the side. He's not required though, and Flippin makes it the 15-7. And this map is pretty much done and dusted as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, quite possibly. London Conspiracy obviously will be buying whatever they can, whatever the bank will allow. They'll take it. And yeah, they haven't collected 1 round on the terrorist side. So testament really for me to OverGaming being very, very solid on the CT side. We saw the terrorist organisation was just very, very nice indeed. And the CT organisation has they've just transmuted it basically into CT rounds as well. So 7-0 in the second half and 15-7 on the overall scoreboard. Real with a chance to open up, and he does just that. Does get answers back though with the grenade. But in the meantime, Alpha's got a frag somewhere else. So 4 plays 3, and finally a little bit going LC's way. PRB with the shot onto Musambani, who was pushing very aggressively, very sneakily through that smoke on middle, but not working out for him. And now finally the Norwegians might pick up a round. You'd expect them this time round to pick up this one in a 4 versus 2. But we'll have to see. If Alex and Flippin win this now, it would almost be quite fitting, wouldn't it? Because it kind of sums up the team's performance. But it doesn't look likely, as Dennis now just trading shots. He does finally land it. Alex's head gets taken off, and the first round on the board for the Norwegians. That's going to put them on 8. But don't forget, OverGaming on 15. They just need 1 more to take us to Dust 2.
Yeah, best case scenario for London Conspiracy is they win the next, 8 rounds in a row? 7 rounds in a row, I should say, sorry. And then they're going to overtime. So it wouldn't even be a straight up map victory. If they're going to win this map, it's going to be a long, hard, grueling slog for them. But everything has to start from somewhere, and maybe this is where London Conspiracy put down the foundations. Nope, the map has just been changed, which signifies they didn't win that round, they lost it, and that's going to be The first map going to OverGaming. I absolutely hate when teams do that, though. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah. Hey ho. Just another another issue, another error. Yeah, okay. I think on that bad note, we should turn it into a little bit of a positive one before we do sign off for this little break, because we are going to be seeing another map. Of course, this is the best of 3, so we're going to be seeing Dust 2 coming up very shortly. But before we do go to a quick break, make sure you follow the channel, because we're going to be giving away skins, yay! And the M4A4 Asimov. So just make sure you follow. Also, we're going to be doing a subscriber only giveaway. So if you subscribe, then you will have a very real chance of winning an M4A4 Asimov, because there's going to be 2. And also, at John O'Whiting on the Twitter, I'm going to be doing a little, just reading that. OG won the first map, yeah, okay. I'm going to be doing a little giveaway on the Twitter, on my Twitter. So that's at John O'Whiting. Also follow at Metas TV and at Ralban TV. Sorry for the issues, but we are going to be going to the second map. Hopefully the ship will finally sail. The ship with no issues on it. It's going to be brilliant, hopefully. Fingers crossed. All that good stuff. We're going to be right back with Dust 2 very shortly. Stick around.